Hello dear students, I am Jai Kishan. Welcome to the 11th part of chapter 8 quadrilaterals. Students, in the last part, that is in part 10, we have covered till question number 4 of exercise 8.2. Okay, and in this lecture we will start solving from question number 5, and also students, this will be the last part of this chapter. Okay, means in part 11 this chapter will be completed. Okay, so let us start from question number 5. So the question number 5 is, in a parallelogram ABCD, E and F are the midpoints of the sides AB and CD. So it is given that E is the midpoint of the side AB and F is the midpoint of CD, and this structure, this ABCD, is a parallelogram. It is given. Okay, show that line segments AF and EC trisect the diagonal BD. We have to show that these line segment AF and EC, these line segment trisecting the diagonal BD. Okay, trisect means what? As we know that bisect means dividing in two equal parts. Okay, so trisect means dividing in three equal parts. Okay, so we have to show that this AF and EC dividing this diagonal BD in three equal parts means this DP should be equal to PQ, should be equal to BQ. Okay, this we have to prove. Okay, so let us start how we will solve it. Firstly, we'll write that what is given here. So it is given that ABCD is a parallelogram. Okay, it is given that ABCD is a parallelogram. E and F are midpoints of the sides AB and CD, okay, respectively. What else is given? It is also given that BD is a diagonal. BD is a diagonal. Okay, after that, what we have to prove? So we have to show that this AF and EC are trisecting the diagonal BD. Okay, or in other words, what we can write? We have to show that DP is equal to PQ is equal to QB. Okay, we have to show that these parts, these segments are equal. If these segments are equal, it means that this diagonal is trisecting. Okay, it means that it is dividing in three equal parts. Okay, then let us see the proof part of this. So students, how we will prove it, I am going to tell you. See, firstly we will try to do what? Firstly we will try to prove that this AECF, this is a quadrilateral, na? AECF. So this quadrilateral, firstly we will try to prove that this quadrilateral is a parallelogram. Okay, once if we show that this is a parallelogram, then after observing these triangles, triangle APB and triangle DQC, okay, we will apply here converse of midpoint theorem, and then we can prove that. Okay, so firstly let us see, let us try to prove that AECF is a parallelogram. So students, as we know that since ABCD is a parallelogram, we know that ABCD is a parallelogram, it is given in the question. So if it is a parallelogram, then it will imply that AB is equal to CD and AB is parallel to CD. Okay, if ABCD is a parallelogram, then it is clear that its opposite side will be parallel and equal. So we can write that AB is equal to CD and AB is parallel to CD. Okay. Now students, if AB is equal to CD, then half of AB will be equal to half of CD. Here also half of AB will be parallel to half of CD. Okay, what we have done, I have just multiplied by 1 by 2 in both of the sides. Okay, why we have multiplied? See, half of AB, this AB and its half, we know that E is the midpoint of this AB. Okay, then the length AE will be half of AB. Okay, can you understand it? Okay, see, AB is what? AB is full length. Okay, and E is midpoint. So if we take the distance AE, then we can say that this AE is just half of AB. Okay, so half of AB we can write AE, and half of CD as we have done here. So half of CD we can write CF. Okay, so this half of CD, at the place of half of CD we will write CF. In the same manner, half of AB we will write AE and half of CD we will write CF. Now students, you can see in this quadrilateral AECF, in this quadrilateral, one pair of opposite sides are equal and parallel. Okay, so this AE and CF are equal and parallel. So in that manner we can say that quadrilateral AECF is a parallelogram. Okay, so now we have proved that this quadrilateral AECF is a parallelogram. So students, if AECF is a parallelogram and its one pair of opposite sides are equal and parallel, then its other pair should also be parallel. Means the side AF should be parallel to the side EC. Why? Because we know that in parallelogram both pair of sides are parallel to each other. Both pairs of opposite sides are parallel to each other. So here also this AF should be parallel to EC. Okay, so here we can write, this will imply, if AECF is a parallelogram, then this will imply that AF is parallel to CE or EC. Okay, both are same. AF is parallel to CE. Okay, so students, this result is very important. Suppose it is first. Okay, now we will see in triangle ABP. Okay, in triangle ABP, in this triangle students, you can see that E is the midpoint of AB. E is midpoint of AB. Okay, and this side EQ. Okay, see, if the whole side EC is parallel to AF, so we can say that this EQ is parallel to AP. Okay, we can say that this EQ, here we will write and. Okay, and EQ is parallel to AP. Okay, so students, as I have told you that converse of midpoint theorem, that if there is a triangle, okay, and if we draw a line from a midpoint of any side which is parallel to the second side, then it will bisect the third side. Okay, means this will be the midpoint of this side. Okay, this we have studied in converse of midpoint theorem. So in that manner, if E is the midpoint and EQ is parallel to AP, then we can say that Q is midpoint of this triangle. Okay, this side PB. Okay, so this will imply that Q, or you can write directly at the place of Q is midpoint, you can write that BQ is equal to PQ. Okay, and the reason is what? The reason is converse of MPT, midpoint theorem. So from here, suppose it is equation number 2, and from 2 we can say we have proved that this PQ is equal to BQ. Now somehow we will prove that this DP is equal to PQ. How we will prove it? Let us see. See students, in triangle, now we will see in triangle DQC. In triangle DQC, we can say that F is the midpoint of CD. It is given in the question. F is midpoint of CD. Okay, and also we can say that this FP is parallel to CQ. This FP is parallel to CQ. Okay, so students, if F is the midpoint of this side CD, FP is parallel to this side CQ, then it will be sure that this will imply that P is the midpoint of the distance DQ, or you can say that DP is equal to PQ. And what is the reason behind it? The reason is converse of midpoint theorem. Okay, suppose it is third equation. So now students, from equation number 2 and from equation number 3, from 2 and 3, what you can say that BQ is equal to PQ. Okay, this distance is equal to this distance, and PQ is equal to DP. So from 2nd and 3, we have a conclusion that these three distances are equal to each other. Means DP is equal to PQ is equal to BQ. Okay, so if we are getting this result, it means that diagonal BD is trisected. Diagonal BD is trisected. Okay, so this was to prove in this question that diagonal BD is trisected by the side AF and as well as EC. Okay students, so this is the solution of this question. What we have done, see, firstly it was given that this is a parallelogram ABCD. E and F are the midpoints of the side AB and CD. Okay, we have to show that AF and EC are bisecting this diagonal BD. Okay, so students, we have supposed that this AF is intersecting the diagonal BD at P and EC is intersecting the diagonal at Q. This point P and Q was not given in the question. These points we have supposed. Okay, after that we have shown that this AECF is a parallelogram, and if it is a parallelogram, then we have seen firstly in triangle APB. Okay, by converse of midpoint theorem we have shown that Q is the midpoint of this PB. So if Q is the midpoint of this PB, means PQ distance is equal to BQ distance. Okay, after that we have seen in triangle CQD. Okay, in this triangle DQC, we have shown that F is the midpoint of CD and this PF is parallel to CQ. Okay, because the whole line is parallel, so their segments will also be parallel. Okay, and after that we have shown that this P is the midpoint of the distance DQ. Okay, and then we can show that this DP is equal to PQ. Okay, and after that we have shown that all these three segments are equal to each other, and thus we have shown that diagonal BD is trisected by the line segments AF and EC. Okay students, so this is the solution. You can note it down. Just pause the video and note it down, and then we'll start the question number 6 of this exercise. Now students, coming to the next question, The next question, question number 6 is, show that the line segments joining the midpoints of the opposite sides of a quadrilateral bisect each other. Okay, so we have suppose this ABCD is a quadrilateral. Okay, what kind of quadrilateral? It is not given, means there is no specific property in this quadrilateral. So we have to show that if we join the midpoints of the opposite sides of quadrilateral, okay, see here we have supposed that P is the midpoint of AB, Q is the midpoint of BC, R is the midpoint of CD, and S is the midpoint of DA. Okay, this we have supposed. So if we join the midpoints of the opposite sides of the quadrilateral, so we have to show that they bisect each other. They bisect each other means we have to show that this PO is equal to OR, OQ is equal to OS. Okay, means we have to show that these lines are bisecting each other. Okay, so how we will show it, students? Let us see. So firstly, in the solution we will write that let ABCD is a quadrilateral, okay, in which P, Q, R and S are respectively the midpoints of the sides AB, BC, CD and DA. Okay, and O is the point of intersection. O is the point of intersection of the sides of the lines PR and SQ. Okay, so we have written that what we have supposed that this ABCD is a quadrilateral. P is the midpoint of AB, Q is the midpoint of BC, R is the midpoint of CD and S is the midpoint of DA. Okay, and also we have supposed that the point of intersection of these two lines PR and SQ is O. Okay, so students, what is to prove here? What is to prove? We have to prove that PO is equal to OR and SO is equal to OQ. By showing this, that this PO is equal to OR and SO is equal to OQ, we can say that the lines are bisecting each other. Okay. After that, students, we will write construction. Okay, some construction we will do here. What construction we will do? Let us see. Students, we have to join all the midpoints. Okay, so we have to join PQ, QR, RS and SP. Okay, so this we are going to join. We have to join this PQ, then QR, then RS. Okay, we have to join this RS and then we have to join this SP. Okay, so now students, we are having PQRS as a quadrilateral and the diagonals of this quadrilateral PQRS are PR and SQ. So students, what is to show? We have to show that PO is equal to OR, SO is equal to OQ. Or in other words, we can say that if we show the diagonals of this PQRS are bisecting each other, then also we can show what is required here. Okay, means, and in what kind of quadrilateral diagonals bisect each other? Generally in parallelograms the diagonals bisect each other. Okay, so if somehow we show that this PQRS is a parallelogram, then we can say that their diagonals will be bisect each other, and if their diagonals will bisect each other, then it is obvious then that PO is equal to OR and SO is equal to OQ. So now our aim will be what? Our aim should be to show this PQRS is a parallelogram. Okay, so let us see in the proof that how we will prove it. So students, here we have to draw one more diagonal. Okay, here we have to draw a diagonal. Okay, this kind of question we have solved in question number 1 and question number 2 no? So here we have to join these. Okay, and also we have to join the diagonal AC. Okay, so here we are going to join this diagonal. Here I am going to join the diagonal AC. Okay, like this we will join the diagonal AC. So now students, if we see that it is a diagonal AC, so you can see in triangles. Okay, see here what we have drawn, the diagonal AC. Now we will talk about the triangle DAC. Okay, now we will talk about in triangle DAC. So students, in triangle DAC, firstly we will see that S is midpoint of the side DA. Okay, R is midpoint of the side CD. Students, we have studied in midpoint theorem that if we join two midpoints of the sides of the triangle, then this side will be parallel to the third side and equal to half of it. So if here we are saying that S is the midpoint of this BA, R is the midpoint of this CD, then this will imply that SR is parallel to AC and the value of SR is equal to half of AC. Okay, so suppose that it is your first equation. Now students, will see in triangle ABC. Okay, in triangle ABC. In triangle ABC we can say that P is midpoint of AB. Q is midpoint of BC. Okay, so if P is midpoint of this side AB, Q is midpoint of this side BC, so if we join this PQ, then PQ will be what? PQ will be parallel to the diagonal AC, and also the value of PQ will be equal to half of AC. Suppose it is equation number 2. Students, the reason here you can write that by midpoint theorem. Okay, and here also you will write the reason by midpoint theorem. Okay, so students, from equation number 1 and from equation number 2, you can see that this SR is parallel to AC and PQ is also parallel to AC. Okay, so if these two sides are parallel to the same side, it means that they are parallel to each other. Okay, so here you can see that from 1 and 2, SR is parallel to PQ. Okay, here you can see that SR is parallel to AC, PQ is also parallel to AC, means they will be parallel to each other. Okay, so here we have written directly that SR is parallel to PQ and SR is equal to half of AC. PQ is also half of AC, means they will be equal to each other. So here SR is equal to PQ. So now students, we know that we have studied in properties of parallelogram that if in a quadrilateral one pair of opposite sides are parallel and equal, then that type of quadrilateral is what? That type of quadrilateral is a parallelogram. Okay, so here we can say by this, okay, from above, it will imply that PQRS is a parallelogram. And we know that in a parallelogram, diagonals bisect each other. Okay, so this will imply that diagonals of parallelogram bisect each other. So it is clear that PO is equal to OR and SO is equal to OQ. Okay students, so like this we can solve the whole question. Okay, what we have done, firstly we have supposed that ABCD is a quadrilateral. PQRS are respectively the midpoints of the sides of the quadrilateral, and after that we have joined because we have to show that the lines PR and SQ bisect each other. Okay, after that students, in construction part we have joined all the midpoints PQ, QR, RS and SP. Okay, and then we have shown that this PQRS is a parallelogram, and we know that in a parallelogram diagonals bisect each other. Okay, so here it is clear that PO is equal to OR and SO is equal to OQ. So now students, you can pause the video and note it down so that we can start our last question of this exercise. Now students, coming to the last question of exercise 8.2, and the question is ABC is a triangle right angled at C. See, here I have made a triangle ABC, okay, which is right angled at point C. Right angled means here it is 90-degree angle. Okay, a line through the midpoint M of hypotenuse AB. See, M is the midpoint of the hypotenuse AB. If there is a right angle on C, then AB will be its hypotenuse and the midpoint of this hypotenuse is M. Okay, so here it is written that a line through the midpoint M of hypotenuse AB and parallel to BC intersect AC at D. Okay, means here from M a line is drawn which is parallel to this BC. Okay, and intersect this AC at point D. Okay, so this is point D, this is MD. Okay, and MD is parallel to BC, it is given. So we have to show that D is the midpoint of AC. Firstly we have to show that this D is the midpoint of AC. Then we have to show that MD is perpendicular to AC, means we have to show that this angle, firstly we have to show that this is equal to this. Then we have to show that this is 90 degree. Okay, and in the last we have to show that the length of CM is equal to MA is equal to half of AB. Okay, so see the solution of this question. Firstly, what we will write in the given part. In the given part we will write that a triangle ABC right angled at C. Okay, and what else is given? It is given that MD is parallel to BC. Okay, MD is parallel to BC. M is midpoint of AB. Okay, So this much information is given in the question. Okay. Now what we have to prove? What we have to prove? Here I have written that what we have to prove. Okay. So firstly we are going to solve the first one, that is D is midpoint of AC. Okay. So if D is midpoint of AC, then we can write that here we have to prove that CD is equal to AD. Okay. If we will show it, then it is clear that D is midpoint of AC. Okay. So let us see the proof of this question. How will prove it? See students, if M is the midpoint of, see if we talk about the triangle ACB, okay, if we talk about the triangle ACB, in triangle ACB, M is the midpoint of, M is the midpoint of AB, okay, and sorry, M is the midpoint of AB and MD is parallel to BC. So students, here you can see that in converse of midpoint theorem, what we have studied, that from a midpoint of any side of a triangle, if a line is drawn which is parallel to the second side, then it will bisect the third side. So from these information you can apply converse of midpoint theorem, and by applying it you can say that D is midpoint of AC. Okay, or this statement you can write like CD is equal to AD. Okay, and how you are saying it? By applying converse of midpoint theorem. Okay, so students, by using converse of midpoint theorem, we can say that M is the midpoint of the side AB, MD is parallel to the second side, then it will bisect the third side, means D will be the midpoint of the side AC. So here the first part is proved now. Okay, now coming to the second part of the question. This was the first part. In the second part, what we have to prove? In the second part, we have to prove that MD is perpendicular to AC. Okay, so students, you can see that it is given that MD is parallel to BC. Since MD is parallel to BC, then if these two lines are parallel and CD is its transversal, then the angle C plus angle MDC both should be equal to 180 degree. Why? Because students, if two lines are parallel and one transversal intersecting them, then their sum of co-interior angles should be equal to 180 degree. So here it is also the sum of these two should also equal to 180 degree. The reason is co-interior angles. Okay, it is given that in the question that ABC is a right angled at C. Okay, triangle ABC is there and right angled at C. So angle C is 90 degree. So what will be angle MDC? So when we will shift this 90 degree, then we will get that MDC is equal to 180 degree minus 90 degree, then it will be 90 degree. So here you can see that if this angle is 90 degree, then MD, you can say that MD is perpendicular to AC. Okay students, so like this we have proved the second part also, in which we have shown that MD is perpendicular to AC. Now coming to the third part of this question. Third part is we have to show, in the third part we have to show that CM is equal to MA. This length CM is equal to MA is equal to half of AB. So students, for this we have to take these two triangles. Okay, we have to take these two triangles. So let us see in triangles CMD and AMD. Okay, in these two triangles, the first one we'll write that CD is equal to AD. Okay, this we have proved from one. In first part we have proved that CD is equal to AD, so we can write it. After that, angle CDM is equal to angle ADM. Both are equal to 90 degree. Students, if this part of the angle is 90 degree, then this will also be 90 degree, because they are the linear pair angles. Okay, so both should be equal to 90 degree. Okay, and now after this we'll write that MD is equal to MD, and the side is what? Common for both of the triangle. So students, by side angle side, we can say that triangle CMD is congruent to triangle AMD. So if these two triangles are congruent, then by corresponding parts of congruent triangles, all the parts that are corresponding of these two triangles should be equal. Okay, so here what we have to see, here what we will see, that the side CM by CPCT we can write the side CM should be equal to the side AM. Okay, the side CM should be equal to the side AM by CPCT. And students, we know that M is the midpoint of the side AB. So AM will be what? AM will be the half of the AB. Na? See, if AB is the full side, okay, AB is the length of the whole side, and M is the midpoint, then you can say that AM is half of AB. So here you can also write that it is equal to half of AB. So this is the third part that we have shown here. Okay, so this is the solution of the third part. Okay, in third part what we have to show here, in to prove also we will write in third part we have to show that CM is equal to AM is equal to half of AB. Okay, so students, this is the solution of this question. Okay, now you can pause the video and note it down. Also students, this was the last question of the exercise 8.2. Okay, so now we have solved the whole chapter. Okay, and here the chapter quadrilateral is finished now. In the next part, okay, we'll see that which chapter we are going to start. Okay, I think the next chapter, the chapter 9 is now removed from the syllabus of your the syllabus of the CBSE, okay, of class 9. So I think we will start in the next part the chapter circle. Okay, so students, it is not like that I'm just completing all the chapters and you are not revising the previous chapters. Okay, so just give your time to study, to prepare well. Okay, because time is too precious, so we should not waste our time. So you have to prepare all the chapters that I taught you. Okay, and try to do more and more questions. RD Sharma book, from RD Sharma book you can practice more and more question. Okay, and here I am telling you all the concepts of NCERT and RD Sharma. Okay, I am including here the concepts of RD Sharma also. Okay, so when we do the revision, we will solve more and more question of RD Sharma also. But here, okay, from NCERT this chapter is now completed, and you will solve, okay, one assignment I will give you of this chapter. Till chapter 6 I have given you assignment. So chapter 7 and chapter 8 is left. That chapter I will also provide you assignments. So just complete your work also. Okay, then we'll see the next chapter, circle, in the next part of the video. Okay students, thank you.